Okay, so e-readers, right. I mean, remember when they first kind of hit the scene?
Yeah.
It's all like, oh, embrace the simplicity of black and white, the beauty of ink, all that.
Right.
But I gotta say, there was always this part of me, and I'm sure I'm not alone here,
Oh, I'm sure.
that was like, but what about color?
Of course.
And it seems like Amazon was finally listening because they just dropped this bombshell, the Kindle Colorsoft.
Finally.
Yeah. So, is this the color e-reader we've all been waiting for? Or are there going to be, some compromises? Well, we've got all the articles right here, so we're going to deep dive into all the nitty-gritty and see what this new tech could mean for all of us bookworms out there. What really surprised me was just how long it actually took Amazon to jump on the color bandwagon.
Yeah, that is kind of wild, isn't it? Especially when you consider they practically, own the e-reader market.
Exactly. But I mean, to be fair to them, they've always been laser focused on that, that classic e-ink experience, haven't they? Yeah. And for good reason. I mean, e-ink is amazing. For anyone who hasn't had the pleasure, it's incredibly easy on the eyes, almost like reading an actual physical book.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even get me started on the battery life.
Oh, yeah.
Weeks. We're talking weeks, sometimes even months on a single charge, which is unbelievable.
It's true. That's where they've really, honed in on their strengths, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That low power consumption, that almost paper feel. It's been a winning formula for them, really.
Totally. But now, with this Colorsoft, it's a whole new ballgame, wouldn't you say?
Totally, yeah.
And they're not exactly shying away from the competition either. Priced at $280, the Colorsoft is right there, in the thick of it with the other color e-readers. So they're not aiming for the budget market, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. No. I think that's smart, though, because they know their brand carries weight, right? I mean, we were just saying, they control, more than 3/4 of the market? People trust the Kindle name.
That's very true.
They've got that kind of brand loyalty.
Yeah. Oh, and they also announced a bigger Paperwhite and an update to the Kindle Scribe as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The AI summarization feature for notes on the Scribe, that's the thing that really blew my mind.
Wow.
Imagine having your handwritten notes, but then the AI just neatly condenses them for you.
Yeah. That's like a glimpse into the future of note-taking right there.
I know.
That's wild. But we've got to circle back, I think, to the Colorsoft. This launch just feels very strategic, don't you think? Especially with the whole pandemic thing.
Oh, for sure.
E-reader sales went through the roof, and now it's like they're capitalizing on that momentum. Oh, remember how much you loved reading during lockdown? Well, check out this shiny new gadget.
Yeah. Speaking of shiny new gadgets, the Colorsoft claims a battery life of 8 weeks.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's not bad, but It's a far cry from my, practically mythical, never-ending Paperwhite battery. So I can't help but wonder, is that the price we pay for color?
Yeah, it seems like it, right? I mean, it makes sense when you think about the tech.
Yeah.
To get those really vibrant colors, you can't rely on e-ink alone.
Right.
E-ink uses ambient light, which is super efficient. But with the Colorsoft, they're incorporating LED backlighting, kind of like what you'd find in your phone or tablet.
Oh, okay.
Which, gives you brighter, more vivid colors, but it definitely drains the battery away faster. So
Yeah.
There's the trade-off.
Yeah. So it's amazing reading experience, but with, a side of battery anxiety.
Exactly.
Decisions. Although, I will say, the idea of finally having cookbooks on my Kindle with pictures that actually pop.
Right.
That's pretty tempting.
Oh, I know. Imagine, cookbooks, graphic novels, travel books. Suddenly those genres just become so much more immersive.
That's very true.
And it makes you wonder, this could change not just how we read, but what we read.
Oh, interesting.
Even how publishers actually design books in the future.
Okay.
It's kind of exciting to think about.
That is interesting. That's what I always find so fascinating about new tech. It's not just about the one thing. It's about the ripple effects it can have.
Exactly.
But let's be real, Amazon isn't just handing out these color Kindles out of the goodness of their hearts.
Well, no. There's a method to their madness, for sure. They're playing the long game, aren't they? It's all about pulling you into their ecosystem. You get the Colorsoft.
Right.
And suddenly that massive library of Kindle books, magazines, even subscriptions.
Yeah.
It's all just that much more appealing.
That's true.
And then they strategically drop this right before Prime Day.
Oh, yeah.
And it's come on, they're trying to capture even more of the market share.
It's smart, although I guess it is kind of that double-edged sword, isn't it? For us, the consumers, I mean. On the one hand, you've got more choice, more competitive prices. But then there's that potential of being totally locked into Amazon's world.
Yeah, for sure. It's a trade-off.
It is. It is. So the big question, is this Kindle Color Soft just a gimmick? Or is it a game changer?
It's tough to say definitively this early on, but it's got the potential to be huge, I think. A real turning point for like digital reading as a whole. It's not just about this one device. It's about how this technology could completely change how books are designed, illustrated, experienced, how we as readers connect with them on a different level. It's an exciting time.
It really is.